Every year, the same panic. Halloween is satanic. You're opening doors for demons. If you let your kids trick or treat, you're worshiping the devil. And every year, Christians lose their minds over whether to celebrate Halloween. But here's what most people don't know. Halloween didn't start as a pagan festival. And the Bible has a lot more to say about this than just don't do it. By the end of this video, you'll understand where Halloween actually came from, what the Bible says about participating in cultural practices, and how to make a biblical decision without panicking. Let me give you the history in 45 seconds. October 31st, All Hallows Eve, the vigil before All Saints' Day. November 1st, All Saints' Day, celebrating all Christian saints. November 2nd, All Souls' Day, praying for faithful departed souls. These 3 days were called Hallowtide in the Catholic Church. All Hallows Eve, shortened to Halloween, was a Christian vigil. Not a pagan ritual, not a Celtic festival, a Christian practice. Now, did some places eventually mix in cultural elements? Yes. Did it get commercialized and secularized over time? Absolutely. Its roots are Christian and liturgical. So when someone tells you Halloween is the devil's birthday, that's historically false. The question isn't, is Halloween pagan? The question is, how do I respond biblically to what Halloween has become? Truth number 1, the Bible commands you not to participate in celebrating evil. Ephesians 5:11. Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. Clear command. You don't celebrate darkness. You don't participate in rituals that glorify evil. You don't treat the demonic as entertainment. This isn't about fear, it's about faithfulness. Look at what happened in Acts 19. When people in Ephesus became Christians, what did they do? They brought their books of magic and burned them publicly. They didn't keep them as cultural artifacts. They didn't say, well, it's just part of our tradition. They rejected anything that glorified darkness. So here's the first question you need to ask about Halloween. Am I celebrating evil or just existing in a culture that does? If you're at a party where people are genuinely glorifying the occult, if you're dressing your kids as demons and witches, if you're decorating your house to celebrate darkness, that's participating in works of darkness. But if you're walking through a neighborhood where houses are decorated, and you're using it as a teaching moment with your kids, that's different. There's a difference between celebrating evil and living in a world where evil exists. Truth number 2, the Bible clearly forbids occult practices, not cultural participation. Deuteronomy 18:10-12. Let no one be found among you who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft or casts spells, or who is a medium or spiritist, or who consults the dead. This is explicit. Consulting the dead? Forbidden. Witchcraft? Forbidden. Divination? Forbidden. If Halloween involves actual occult practices, stay far away. But here's what's important. Most Halloween celebrations today aren't occult. They're commercial. Kids dressing up as superheroes, families carving pumpkins, neighbors handing out candy. That's not witchcraft, that's commercial culture with costumes. Now, does that mean everything is fine? No. There are Halloween events that do glorify the occult. There are parties that mock Christianity. There are decorations that celebrate demonic imagery. And the Bible is clear, don't participate in those. But you need to distinguish between actual occult practice, cultural tradition that's been secularized, commercialized entertainment. They're not the same thing. And treating them all as equally satanic isn't biblical wisdom. It's fear-based religion. Truth number 3, the Bible teaches conscience, not mystical fear. Here's where it gets nuanced. Paul dealt with this exact issue in 1 Corinthians 8-10 and Romans 14. The Corinthians asked, can we eat meat sacrificed to idols? Here's what Paul said, an idol is nothing. The meat is just meat. If it doesn't violate your conscience, eat it. But then he adds, if eating it causes a weaker brother to stumble, don't do it. And finally, don't participate in the actual idol worship ceremony. 3 layers. Don't fear things that have no power over you. Don't cause others to violate their conscience. Don't participate in celebrating what's evil. same principle applies to Halloween. Let's talk about 3 layers of discernment Paul gives us. Layer 1, don't be mystically afraid. Your neighbor's plastic skeleton isn't opening a portal to hell. Walking past a house with Halloween decorations isn't inviting demons into your life. If you live in fear of spiritual contamination from cultural symbols, you've given those symbols power they don't have. Paul says in 1 Corinthians 10:26, "The earth is the Lord's and everything in it." God is sovereign over October 31st too. Layer 2, don't cause others to stumble. If someone in your church genuinely believes Halloween is demonic, don't mock them. Don't pressure them to participate. Romans 14:1, accept the one whose faith is weak without quarreling over disputable matters. Halloween is a disputable matter, not salvation, not the gospel, not core doctrine. So don't make it a test of faithfulness. Layer 3, don't participate in celebrating evil. Even though Paul said, eat the meat, he also said, don't go to the idol's temple and participate in the feast. There's a difference between living in a pagan culture and celebrating pagan practices. You can exist in a culture that celebrates Halloween without celebrating what's evil about it. But there's one more thing. Jude 1:9 says even Michael the archangel didn't mock Satan. So don't treat spiritual darkness as a joke. Don't dress your kids as demons because it's funny. Don't decorate your house with pentagrams ironically. The enemy is real, hell is real, and we don't mock what's dangerous. So how do you actually handle Halloween? Here's a practical framework. If Halloween in your area involves closed parties with heavy occult themes, if the party is explicitly celebrating darkness, don't go. If your kid's school is having a Halloween event and you're uncomfortable, you have the right to opt out. Talk to the school, explain your convictions. Don't participate if it violates your conscience. If Halloween in your area is more neighborhood-based and family-oriented, you can participate selectively. Dress your kids in neutral costumes, superheroes, princesses, animals. Walk through the neighborhood but skip houses with explicit occult imagery. Use the decorations as teaching moments. Look, this is what death looks like without Jesus. This is why we need the gospel. You're not celebrating evil. You're living in a culture and being intentional about how you engage. If your church is doing a harvest festival or alternative, great. Participate with freedom. But don't judge people who make different choices. Romans 14:5-6. One person considers one day more sacred than another. Another considers every day alike. Each of them should be fully convinced in their own mind. So before you decide to reject or join in, ask yourself these questions. Quick checklist for any Halloween decision. Ask yourself these 4 questions. Am I celebrating darkness or just living in a culture that does? If you're actively glorifying evil, stop. Will this cause someone else to stumble? If your participation will lead a weaker brother to violate their conscience, don't do it. Is there explicit occult practice involved? If yes, stay away. Can I use this as an opportunity to point to Christ? If you can teach your kids about death, resurrection, spiritual warfare, it's redeemable. Here's what I need you to understand. Halloween isn't the hill to die on. It's not a salvation issue. It's not a core doctrine issue. It's a conscience issue. And the Bible gives you freedom to navigate it with wisdom. Don't panic. Don't judge. Don't live in mystical fear. But also don't celebrate evil. Don't participate in occult practices. And don't cause others to stumble. The world will tell you it's just harmless fun. Fearful Christians will tell you it's all demonic. The Bible says, use wisdom, protect your conscience, and honor God in your decisions. One leads to compromise. One leads to legalism. The Bible leads to freedom with responsibility. If this helped you think through Halloween biblically, drop a comment. Share this with someone freaking out about October 31st. You're not sinning by walking past a jack-o'-lantern, but you are responsible for how you engage with a culture that's forgotten God. Navigate it with wisdom, not panic.